The best way to introduce this dish to you is through a little story. 11 a.m., hot summer day in Morocco. Your mother would not let you out, understandably. And so you're stuck at home. Someone rings the bell, you go out and check. Familiar faces, yet you don't recognize them 100%. You ask your mother to double check. She does, and obviously it's guests. In a traditional Moroccan way, unannounced. They wouldn't call, they wouldn't send a message, they just show up. 11 a.m. So these people actually are not even coming for tea and sweets. These people are coming for lunch. So first thing your mother does, she freaks out. And then she gives you money, asks you to go get her chicken. 1 or 2, depends on the size of the invading army and depending on how nice she wants to treat them. And then ask you to get her some olives. And after that, go find your father, get him home immediately. So why chicken? Is fast, cheap, it's really good, it's really delicious, yet it's not so pretentious. That's why we're cooking this dish today. The good thing for us today is that I'm not expecting any guests, at least I hope. So yeah, we're gonna have plenty of time. We're gonna marinate the chicken first, then we're gonna cook it slowly in a tagine. It's gonna develop some amazing flavors, so yeah, let's cook it. We will start with a pinch of saffron and 150 milliliters of hot water. That's around 5 fluid ounces. Let it cool down first and come back to room temperature. Next, you want to take half of a preserved lemon and just cut it into very small cubes. So now you want to take 5 grams of cilantro, add it to 5 grams of parsley, so that's 1 teaspoon of each, and just chop them finely. One thing you probably picked up already on is that I have really bad knife skills, and I'm overcompensating with that knife, obviously, so I hope you have better knife skills than I am. And here comes the chicken. I prefer chicken legs for this dish, and I would normally give it small incisions in the back and leave the skin intact at the same time, because I want it to soak all the spices and all the preserved lemon and the saffron we're gonna add to it. Next, you gotta throw them in a bowl that is poorly framed, as you can see. Just add in your preserved lemon. After that, throw in all the parsley and cilantro. Give it a nice, generous splash of olive oil, and just add in all the saffron. This is the type of dish that actually smells good and tastes good. Like everything we added so far and we will add later is gonna be just aromatic. Now add 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then you want to grate 2 cloves of garlic straight into the mix. And then now you want to mix it all up, give it a nice rub and nice massage and that beautiful sauce. I personally prefer to use my bare hands instead of using gloves, but my fingertips will be yellow for a few days, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it in my opinion. Smells so good. Unfortunately you can't share that, so one day. So we can marinate this either overnight. For you, if you don't have enough time, I think anything between 1.5 hours and 3 hours is pretty good. If you're gonna cook this in the afternoon, you can always prepare it the night before, come back to it, it's perfect, ready to go. So yeah, I'll wrap this and I'll see you at the cooking. You take 2 small onions, chop off their tips, get rid of the skin. You don't have to use a big knife, but I'm overcompensating. After that, just grate them, and that's it. So before we start cooking, I just want to talk quickly about tagines. So this guy is just a clay pot. Nothing unusual about it. Handmade. It cannot really withstand high temperatures. So whenever you cook on a clay pot, you cook on a very low heat. It's supposed to cook and steam at the same time because it's not airtight, but it's mostly closed. So it's the vegetables, for example, or the meat will cook from the underneath, but kind of steams from the top. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. You can use any pot really. If you have a Dutch oven, that would be preferable. If not, anything with a lid would do. So yeah, let's start cooking. So you want to put your tagine on medium heat, add a nice splash of olive oil, and then actually give it a 5 minutes for the oil to heat up, because this is what you get. Cover the tagine and let them cook for 3 to 5 minutes. Now flip them to the other side. Cook them for another 3 to 5 minutes until it just starts to get firm from both sides, you know. You don't want them to get dark or get crispy or anything. Now add in the onion, and hopefully you're better than me and you'll add the onion straight into the tagine, not on the chicken, then slide it down to the tagine. Yeah, you'll do better than me for sure. So now add in all the sauce. Lower the heat to low, or as low as you can go. For example, my stove goes from 1 to 9, and I normally cook it on 2. So just give you an idea. Yeah, cover it. We're gonna cook it for 45 minutes total. And every 15 minutes you'll open it up and baste the chicken to make sure that it doesn't dry up from the top, and that's it. At the end of the 45 minutes, I'll just take away the chicken. I'll put it on the side for now, and we're just gonna throw in 13, 14, 15 olives. Depends on how much you love olives. I don't know, it's not gonna make a big difference. Maybe don't put in 2, but anything above 10 olives will be fine. Cover again your tagine and cook it just for a few minutes or until you have the right amount of sauce. And remember when I was saying, you know, just leave the skin intact? It is exactly for this. So yeah, melt 8 grams of butter, that's around 2 teaspoons, and just cover every inch of the chicken legs. Turn your oven on to 230 degrees or 440 Fahrenheit, and you want the heat only from the top because the chicken is cooked, so all you want is a crispy skin. Cook it for around 5 minutes and that's it. Here I'm preparing my French fries. So I took 2 medium potatoes, peeled them, and I used this very cool fries cutter that I got from Morocco, and yeah, they cut them uniformly. I have 2 of them actually. There's a big one and a smaller one. So yeah, as you can see, you just put the potato in, slam it down, and you got perfectly cut potatoes. For me, I will use my air fryer to make the French fries, but of course, feel free to just make regular French fries. You know, there's no health concerns here. I already used 8 grams of butter and a lot of olive oil, so yeah, this is just my own preference. So, almost done here. I have my fries on the air fryer. I have my chicken in the oven, and I'm just reducing the tagine. So the thing is, you really have to reduce the sauce until it starts to thicken. That's just in Moroccan cuisine. That's a sign of a good cook. Is that you get just the right amount. You don't want a lot of watery sauce. You want a perfect dipping sauce, not too little, not too much. So, all right. Once everything is done, we just go on and plate it. Right before you serve, just add in a few more olives from the top, and again, you have creative control. You know, just put in as much olives as you want, just don't cover the whole thing in olives, I guess, but that's it. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. All we have to do now is actually eat, which is the best part about doing all of this. So I'm just gonna go in. Just got some Moroccan bread. Probably gonna make a video about it for sure. Goes perfectly with this, obviously. I'm just gonna dig in. Alright. See how good this is. Grab some fries. A little bit of meat. Skin is really crunchy. An olive. Okay. Very good. Very good. The good thing is that there are no guests here today, so we're really gonna enjoy this. Also, a good thing about being an adult is that you can eat as much fries as you want. When you're growing up, your mother is like, it's gonna kill you for stealing 2 pieces of fries. So, no, it's all for me. It's really good. So, if you like this video, you know what to do. To subscribe, like it, share it. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, just let me know. Write it down in the comment section. I'll leave all the ingredients. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it.